Successful people often do what failures dislike. Everyone lives according to their habits. Think about it. What separates successful people from those who constantly live in the red? It's not luck or superior intelligence. It's the sum of small daily choices. It's habits. The truth is, we all live at the mercy of them, whether they are good or bad. Now, imagine the freedom of replacing bad financial habits with practices that build wealth day by day. Does it seem distant? It's not. This is the path that leads to true prosperity. And before anything else, let's align something important. Prospering financially doesn't just mean earning more money. It's about how you use what you already have, about the decisions you make with the resources at your disposal. Think about it. How many times have you seen people earning a lot, but with nothing left at the end of the month? And how many others live simply, but manage to accumulate a fortune? The secret lies in how these people manage their finance. Let me share something about my own journey. I am known for my simplicity. I still live in the same house I bought in 1957 for $25,000. I prefer to use a regular car rather than spend fortunes on private jets. But why do I choose to live this way? Because I discovered early in life that real wealth doesn't come from flaunting, but from freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of choices. My goal was never to impress others. It was to build a solid, unshakable foundation for my life. One of the most powerful tools to achieve this is reading. From a young age, I learned that knowledge is the only asset that never loses value. My aunt gave me an almanac when I was a child, and it sparked an insatiable curiosity. To this day, I dedicate several hours a day to reading, market studies, stories of great companies, biographies. All of this feeds my vision. And here's the lesson for you. Invest in your learning. What you know determines what you can achieve. And make no mistake, making money doesn't require genius. What really matters is patience and the ability to see the long term. Many make the mistake of chasing quick profit, but the real secret is understanding that time is your most valuable ally. Instead of seeking shortcuts, start building with consistency. Plant now to harvest in the future. Now, I want to bring in a simple but transformative habit. Spending wisely. Seems basic, right? But most people don't know how to do it. How many times have you thought about how to spend money you haven't even earned yet? This is the most common mistake. Instead, try evaluating your purchases by the time you spent earning that amount. If an item costs 300 hours of your work, is it really worth it? This change in perspective can completely transform your relationship with consumption. Planning is another essential pillar. It doesn't matter how much you earn. Without a plan, money slips through your fingers. Do the exercise of mapping every cent that comes in and goes out. When you take control, something magical happens. Money stops being a source of stress and becomes a tool to achieve your dream. And here's one of the biggest secrets to building wealth. Make money work for you. Storing savings in a piggy bank or checking account may seem safe, but in the long run, inflation destroys your money's purchasing power. The solution is to invest. It doesn't have to be complicated or risky. Start with the basics. Learn about the financial market, read about different types of investment, and use time to your advantage. Don't know where to start? Dedicate 10 or 15 minutes a day to studying the subject. Turn this learning into a daily habit. But investing isn't just about earning more. It's about protecting what you already have. One of my most important rules is never lose money. Seems obvious, but it's profound. Avoiding unnecessary risks is what separates those who thrive financially from those who merely survive. And more importantly, never risk what you can't afford to lose. This is a lesson I carry with me in every decision I make. Speaking of decision, another point that can change the game is learning to say no. Successful people don't try to embrace everything. They choose where to focus their attention. Don't be afraid to turn down opportunities that don't align with your goals. Success requires discipline, and that includes prioritizing what really matters. Another transformative habit is the ability to review your invisible expenses. You know those costs that go unnoticed but add up to a fortune over time? Subscriptions you don't use, unnecessary bank fees, impulsive purchases, all these small expenses accumulated might be exactly what's holding you back financially. The secret is monitoring. Analyze your credit card statement, review your automatic debits, and eliminate everything that doesn't add real value to your life. It's a small effort with a huge impact. And speaking of waste, here's a point many ignore. Constant outings to bars, restaurants, or superfluous activities. Sure, socializing is important, and I'm not saying you should give up having fun. But ask yourself, is this spending consistent with my financial goals? Often, we trade moments of instant pleasure for future sacrifices. Instead, try simpler alternatives. Invite friends for gatherings at home. Cook instead of dining out. Small changes like this can generate significant savings, which can be redirected to something truly transformative. And here's a golden tip. Use time to your advantage, not against you. Many think they need extraordinary skills to accumulate wealth, but the reality is that patience and consistency are much more powerful. A clear example of this is investing. If you start early and invest regularly, the effect of compound interest will turn small contributions into a fortune. It's like a snowball. At first, it seems insignificant, but over time, it grows exponentially. Another crucial point for financial success is frugality. Don't confuse this with stinginess. Being frugal is valuing what you have and spending consciously, while stinginess is driven by the fear of spending. I remember a situation where, even being a billionaire, I insisted on using discount coupons to pay for coffee at McDonald's, not because I needed to save, but because I believe every penny deserves respect. It's not the size of your bank account that matters, but your relationship with money. And speaking of frugality, there's something even more valuable than saving: investing in yourself. Improve your skills, study, seek knowledge. Want to know what sets successful people apart? They understand that the true asset lies in their competency. Companies hire those who know how to solve problems and are willing to pay dearly for it. If you want to increase your income, start by increasing your value in the market. Education and learning are the best investments you can make, and they are assets no one can take away from you. Now, I want to address a mistake that sinks many people: the uncontrolled use of credit cards. They may seem like a convenient solution, but in reality, they are financial traps in disguise. The interest rates on these cards can consume a large part of your budget. So here's my advice. If you can't pay in cash, don't buy it. Swap the habit of installment payment for the habit of saving before spending. This not only protects your finances, but also transforms your mindset. And please, avoid gambling and games of chance as enrichment strategy. This never works in the long run. Many fall into the illusion that they can win quickly, but the odds are always against you. True wealth is built with smart and consistent decisions, not luck. It's better to use the money you would spend on lotteries to invest in something concrete, something that truly generates value. And now, let's talk about vision. Most people think about money in terms of today or tomorrow, but have you considered what it means to think in decades? That's how great investors plan. It's not about how can I earn more this month, but where do I want to be in 10, 20 years? The difference between these two thoughts is monumental. If you start thinking this way, you'll realize that the real secret to building wealth is patience. Which brings me to another essential point: health. What good is it to have millions in the bank, but not have the energy to enjoy it? Take care of your body, your mind, and your relationship. Financial success without health is empty. Likewise, value your friends. They are the emotional support that will help you through any difficulty. Money can solve problems, but it's human connections that truly give life meaning. And never underestimate the power of acting with courage. One of the boldest decisions I made was to seek out my mentor, Benjamin Graham, in person. I didn't wait for an opportunity. I created it. The same goes for you. Don't wait for things to happen. Go out there and make it happen. Success doesn't fall into anyone's lap, but it rewards those who take the initiative. Another point I must mention is the importance of always having reserves. At Berkshire Hathaway, I keep billions of dollars in cash, ready for any unforeseen event. Some people think this goes against the logic of investing every penny. But here's the truth. Money in reserve is like oxygen. When you have it, you don't think about it. But when it's lacking, it's the only thing that matters. This rule applies not only to companies, but also to individuals. Whatever your income, create an emergency fund. It's your safety net to face crises without compromising your long-term goals. And if you're still stuck in the cycle of debt, it's time to get out. Unnecessary debts, like credit cards or loans for superfluous items, are anchors that pull you down. The sooner you get rid of them, the faster you'll see your money start to work in your favor. Sit down, calculate what you owe, and start prioritizing the repayment of these debts. Each step in this direction is a step towards financial freedom. Now, let's talk about planning. Did you know that one of the biggest differences between rich people and those who continue to struggle financially is the habit of planning? Before going to sleep, take a few minutes to reflect on what you did during the day. Note your achievements and where you can improve. Then, create a to-do list for the next day. This simple practice not only increases your productivity, but also keeps you focused on your goals. And more importantly, it creates a sense of purpose that motivates you to keep moving forward. And remember, when it comes to investments, you don't need to complicate. Many people think they need advanced technical knowledge to start, but the truth is that the basics can already take you far. Diversify your investments, choose low-risk options at the beginning, and take advantage of the power of compound interest. Even small contributions made regularly can turn into large sums over time. The secret is to start now and be consistent. Another important point is learning to say no. This may seem simple, but it's one of the hardest skills to master. Successful people know they can't say yes to everything. They choose where to put their energy, time, and money. Saying no to distractions allows you to focus on what really matters, your financial and personal goal. And you know what's more powerful than any financial formula? Your mindset. Many people block their own success by believing they are not capable or that it's not for them. This is a lie you need to eliminate now. Believe in your ability to learn, grow, and prosper. If others have succeeded, why not you? The only limit is the one you impose on yourself. And last but not least, prioritize the long term. I know I've mentioned this before, but I need to reinforce it because it's one of the biggest secrets to building wealth. Think in decades, not months. Instead of seeking quick gains, invest in what will give you stability and security. This includes thinking about retirement, your children's education, or even a larger life project you're still planning.